Pelling village in Sikkim is a good example of what happens with unregulated expansion of tourist infrastructure. Kanchenjunga looms above Pelling and consequently attracts a large number of tourists from Calcutta and other parts of Bengal. But there is little about Pelling to suggest a picturesque holiday destination. Multi-storied cement structures have replaced traditional houses of the area. There is little by way of garbage disposal and water shortages are imminent. Less than 25 kilometers away is Yuksam, the gateway to the popular Yuksam-Zongri trail. Ten years ago, a small group of locals decided to experiment with a different model of tourism and form the Kanchenjunga Conservation Committee, or the KCC. The KCC works with a range of agencies, the Forest Department, the Panchayat and local schools to ensure that the heavily used Yuksam trail does not lose its pristine beauty. Here too, the Kanchenjunga is a key attraction of the trail and attracts hundreds of tourists every year. One would expect the trail to be littered with plastic bottles and sweet wrappers. The need to meet tourist fuel demand would normally have led to a significant deforestation along the trails. Neither has happened, and for good reason. As each trekking group prepares to leave on the 7 to 10 day trek, officials of the Forest Department make a note of how many plastic bottles and food tins are being taken on the trail.
Number of tin food?
Tin food, 1 can.
Just one?
Yeah, not 1 can.
Parachute?
No can. Yes. We will cook in the huts. We cook.
So what do you use for fuel?
We're going to pay for using their fuel in the huts.
A deposit is left behind with the KCC to be claimed upon demonstrating that the same number of bottles and tins have been brought back by the group. The group is required to carry sufficient kerosene to ensure it will not cut down trees and junipers along the path to meet their fuel requirements. The KCC works with the local panchayats and the Forest Department to clean the trail on a regular basis, undertaking trips to bring back loads of garbage left behind by trekkers. The KCC, in collaboration with the Forest Department, has developed the Yuksam Trail in a number of other ways. Rest houses equipped with toilets are maintained along the entire trail. A highlight in the KCC experiment has been the dovetailing of the interests of tour operators, the KCC, and the still nascent homestay program in the area. The ultimate hope is that these homestay revenues reach such a point that the homestay owners themselves begin to contribute to maintaining the Yuksam Trail. And as far as the tour operators are concerned, the homestays could provide another attraction to the booming tourism economy of the trail. But are the homestays commercially attractive for the tour operators?
I don't think as of just now homestays are commercially viable on the larger tourist map. They're commercially viable for the person who's doing it. But like if you say, would a large tour operator promote a homestay? Maybe one niche one on a whole tour. When you talk about the village homestay level, they don't have the kind of markups or the margins to be giving to a tour operator. So as of the moment, I don't think so.
Despite the lack of interest in marketing the homestays, there are good reasons for tour operators, the KCC and hotel owners of the region to conserve the Yuksam Trail. It is a source of livelihoods for large numbers of local people. A trail littered by garbage would necessarily detract from the quality of the trekking experience and would almost certainly lead to reduced tourist interest in the trail. Instead, a set of simple regulations has been put in place to maintain the trail and ensure that tourists leave the area with memories of a beautiful and pristine trek.
When the whole community sit together for the micro-planning exercise, we decided that the sort of development in terms of tourism should be properly guided. We should have a vision. According to our vision, it should develop. So we do not want Yuksam to go in the way of Peling, how the tourism is being developed in Peling. We do not want Yuksam to be another Peling. We do not want to have 10 hotels coming up in a year in Yuksam. When you have all this kind of development, haphazard development, then you can have a series of problems. People come from outside, not really having attachment to the area, and then when you ruin the place, they can always go to another place. They can look at another destination, another virgin place. So just because the hotels in Peling, like 90% of the hotels in Peling, is being owned by the people from outside. And whereas in Yuksam, 100% hotel are being owned by the local community, and we have nowhere to go if something wrong goes with the tourism sector here. So that's why I think we were quite better off, even though we end up earning less than what people in Peling are earning, but then we are much happier because we feel that our approach is more sustainable.
The fact remains that tourists are demanding richer engagements with destinations and local communities. The Yuksam Zongri Trail is one of the finest examples of transformation of a mass tourism destination into a high-value, low-impact zone.
We think of ecotourism as small groups of people going into environments that are not heavily populated, going with guides, with local guides who are knowledgeable about the area and trying to have absolute minimum impact. So going to learn, not just to look, but to learn and to share experiences with the local people.
Ecotourism is like a very big bag, you can put anything into it and call it ecotourism. But for us and for a layman to really talk about ecotourism, we say that if it is ecotourism, it has to be centered around people, where the people should be involved in the planning, in the implementation, and in the monitoring of the activities. So it should be centered around people, where people should be participating in the activities, and the benefits should accrue to the local stakeholders, the community representatives. And I think over and above in ecotourism, the component of conservation must be there.
So the sun, sea and mountains are not enough, it seems. adds sustainability to the holiday package. The new profile of the tourist is seeking to go beyond the conventional definition of tourism to responsible tourism. It seeks to address the triple bottom line: the impact of tourism on the local economy, society, and the environment.